Okay, welcome to another goodereader.com video. In this video we're going to demonstrate exactly what an e-reader is, as well as give you an introduction on what e-ink is.
Hey everyone, this is Havoc bringing you the latest videos for Good eReader. This is an e-reader. Basically it is a electronic device to take the place of a book. It is quite thin, usually anywhere between 2.5 to whatever centimeters, depending on the company, because everyone has their own specs. The screen's usually around 6 inches from corner to corner or bigger. In this case, there is a touch screen on the bottom. Not every brand will have their touch screens, keep that in mind. So do a little bit of research. If we just go to reading now as an example, we'll show you what the e-ink looks like. It is different from your typical LCD. It is quite hold on a sec here, it's just formatting. It's very legible in the terms that it looks just like a book would look on, a page of paper. It is very clear. There's no blurring at any distance. It's very, very crisp looking letters on the page, unlike LCD where it revolves around resolution and depending on how big the screen is and so on and so forth, the object can look kind of blurry. But whereas this is very, very clear, basically, yes, it's taking place of what a book would look like. Want to add some stuff?
Yeah, e-ink is pretty well the new standard as far as technology goes. You notice with LCDs or even TVs, if there's sun at it, if there's sun glaring at it, or if you're reading it on a particular angle, things get really blurry, or you get a sun shining on it. With e-ink, because e-ink doesn't have backlit, so it means that the text is just generated on the page. It's not like a TV or a PC or a laptop or even a tablet PC that's backlit. This is not backlit. So the best thing to keep in mind when you're reading this is treat it as a book. You're not going to be able to read this in the dark because it's not backlit.
And if you notice, you can see this at almost any angle you tilt it, much like a piece of paper, because no matter which way you tilt this e-reader, you will see the text the exact same in each direction.
So for those of you who are not familiar, an e-reader is short for an electronic reader. It's basically the next evolution in reading. Most people buy e-readers to save themselves some money, because if you're anyone like us, we spend probably over $100 a week on magazines, books, newspapers, novels, and any other type of literary works. And so when you dive into the realm of e-readers, you definitely save yourself a lot of money in the long term, as well as save room in your house. With, say, myself, I have 3 or 4 bookcases in my house and they're all filled up to the brim. If I buy any more books, it's going to take up a lot more room. Whereas with an electronic reader, I can have literally thousands of books in this one little device, and I can take them on the go with me. These devices are totally safe to bring on airplanes, safe to bring on vacation. They fit in a jacket pocket, a purse, a tote bag, or you can just carry it. When we go to coffee shops, we see more and more people with these electronic readers. Electronic readers sell for as little as about $150 for the low-end ones, and about as much as about $600 or $700 for the high-end ones. So there is an e-reader to suit everyone's budget. Most e-readers these days are touchscreen. Any e-readers that were made in the last 2 years are touchscreen. So if you're in the market for an e-reader, probably the biggest examples that we could recommend is to go with either the Kindle DX, which has, instead of a 6-inch screen, it has a 9-inch screen, so it allows you a little bit more room to read.
Now you'll notice on this particular model, this is the Barnes & Noble Nook, it actually has some speakers on the bottom. The equipment will vary from model to model. Also has a headphone jack for listening to music that you can upload onto the device, and as well a USB port for transferring your data, and a micro SD external expandable media. Sorry.
Right, so if you have an external card with media already on it that you use in other devices, it will certainly work with your Nook, merely because the Nook will do basically everything multimedia-wise that your PC would do. You can watch a video on it, you can listen to music, you can do a lot of different things on it. So it's just not a reading device, but it is a multimedia device in the respects that whatever, a lot of people are visually impaired. Some older people don't read as well as they used to. So not only can you increase the font size on the Nook from how it is now, but you can actually make it double or triple the size better. Or some people just prefer to listen to ebooks on the go instead of reading a book when you're out running, or if you're on a plane ride. You can definitely listen to an audiobook and get the full book experience from that.